Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. It's the Fix here, and today we are going to be talking about a very interesting tweet that Jeff Eleanor actually tweeted out on December 1st that has been gathering a lot of excitement and speculation around it. So basically what the tweet says was, hard to believe it's been 3 years at WB Games Montreal. Seems like For Honor was like a year ago. Hashtag game dev, hashtag dev life, hashtag no sense of time. Now this can be seen as a simple tweet, but many people have actually gone further into this, knowing from the past that some tweets could be teases. So many people went into this image that is attached to the tweet with a very open mind. So you can see behind the Montreal part of the W Games Montreal logo, we can briefly see part of the Batman Arkham logo. Obviously this is probably due to the fact that they made Batman Arkham Origins, so they can have the logo up and around their studio. But another thing that has caught people's eye has been the Batman Beyond-like symbol that is just across from it. People have theorized, and many believe, that this was the logo for Batman in the cancelled Damian Wayne video game. And that would make a lot of sense. However, this isn't what people are really talking about. Behind Jeff Eleanor's head, we can see two covers of two comic books that have been framed in the studio. Now, before we get on talking about these two comic book covers, I would just like to say, sometimes when devs are creating a comic book game, they will hang around covers of the comic books that inspired the game's story, characters, or just the game in general. So that is something you have to keep in mind when we're talking about these covers. So the first cover of the comic book is actually In the Shadow of the Ancients Volume 2, which features Batwing as the main protagonist. Now, two very interesting things about this. One, it's a new 52 comic book, and two, in the comic book, Batwing must confront the Court of Owls. Very interesting. Now, the next cover just along from that one is the cover of Batman the Court of Owls storyline, which is actually written by Scott Snyder, who has definitely teased that he is involved in the creation of this game. Now, two things you need to take into account with this cover is that it is also a new 52 story, and it is also about Batman, or a bat figure, going up against the Court of Owls. Very interesting, and draws a lot of similarities with that past cover we just looked at. So it is very suspicious that both of these comic books contain the Court of Owls as antagonists, and we know for sure that the villains of the new Arkham game will be the Court of Owls. So it is pretty safe to say that both of these comic books were inspirations for the story and for the villains. However, what if they have taken that one step further and used the idea of the new 52, a reboot for the DC universe, to reboot the Arkham games, to make their own story, to establish their own timeline, to have this game not be set in the already established Arkham timeline that we have come to know and love so well, but to have it in their own universe. I think that this is fairly possible. The fact that they are both Court of Owl stories and they have them framed in their studio, which obviously infers that these stories, these characters, are important to their story that they're creating. The fact that that has happened is very interesting, and the fact that both the stories are new 52 stories is also very interesting. So they may be taking the new 52 element and implementing it into this new Arkham game. However, I am not 100% convinced that this is happening. I'm more on the 60-40 kind of side, leaning on the 60 side that it will be an Arkham game in the already established Arkham timeline. This is mainly down to the fact that they were making the Damian Wayne game, which was a huge risk. They took a huge risk with that, and when it leaked, not many people were happy about it, and they cancelled it. So making a reboot of the franchise that practically everybody loves would be probably even more of a risk than making a Damian Wayne game in the already established timeline. So I'm not really sure how they'd go from that to a reboot. That is just my opinion. That's just my thoughts on this speculation and on this situation. But if you have different thoughts and different ideas about what this could mean, then please tell me in the comments below. We know that whenever Jeff Eleanor teases out some form of photo, it could usually be a tease because he really likes to do that. So I am going to take this as some form of tease. I think that the facts we've been talking about in this video have been too concrete to ignore, but just tell me what you guys think. What does this mean for the Arkhamverse? If you liked the video, then please give it a like and subscribe for more Arkham videos, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.